Yes, ma'am, we are live.
All right. Hi, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the session. Yes. So, my name is Priya Trivedi. I am one of the expert IELTS trainers at LeapScholar, and I am here to help you out with all your doubts and queries related to IELTS speaking. So, let's understand. Good morning, Rajni. Hi, Saurav Kumar. Uh, So Stephen John says, my friends were saying to me it's so difficult to score 7.5 bands in the speaking section. Is that true? Well, it isn't true if you know to speak, and if you know the basic tactics, you can easily score a 7.5. All right. So let's begin with IELTS speaking part 3. Our main focus will be part 3, of course, to begin with, and we will then have live Q&A. So whatever questions you have, you will ask me the questions, I will answer your doubts, and of course, we will have a practice as well. Okay, so let's get started. This is just about me, as I already said. I am an expert IELTS trainer, have been working with Leap for quite a while, and I am here to help you with your writing, speaking, listening, reading, whatever it is to do with IELTS, I can take you there. I've got 4 years of experience and I have trained more than 2,000 students, both in the offline as well as online modules. So let's get started, right, students? I see a lot of questions already. Uh, Speaking topics, recent speaking topics, let's wait and let's start with today's session, and I think I'll take you through them. Okay. So, let's start. First, do you know how long is the speaking test? So let's start with some basics. Yeah. Siddiqui, we are talking about speaking, so let's not focus more on writing. Okay. 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 11 to 14 minutes. Well done, Shubha Lakshmi. Yes, so you got it right. The total time for the entire speaking test is just 11 to 14 minutes as prescribed, as mentioned on the official website. And how many parts does the speaking test have, students? If I may ask. 3, well done. Great, so I think all my students already know what the test is about, right? Excellent. So let's get started. Yeah. Come on. So just before going ahead with the Q&A, with the questions, let's understand how the speaking test is conducted. So it's just 11 to 14 minutes, right? Very, very precise. 15 minutes maximum, 20 minutes maximum. 3 parts. The first part somewhere around is between 4 to 5 minutes. Okay. The second part is again 3 to 4 minutes, where you get 1 minute for preparation and 2 minutes to talk. We'll talk about each of these parts in a while. And the third part is 4 to 5 minutes. Well, today our focus would be on the third part. But as I said, I will take you through all the parts, what each part means and how it is. Saurav Kumar says, ma'am, I don't know about the test. Please tell. Saurav, do you want me to help you with the entire test, as in the IELTS, listening, reading, writing, speaking, or is it only speaking that you are interested in? As in, because today our focus is only on speaking. Okay, for all the candidates who do not know about IELTS, let me tell you, IELTS is International English Language Testing System, which assesses your skills across listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay, so basically L, R, W, and S are being tested. Okay, you are interested in speaking. That's really great, because today's session is all about speaking. Yeah, you might stay tuned to our channel, because we have too many lives going on each of the skills somewhere around the corner every day. So stay tuned for more sessions on listening, reading, and writing. Today, as I said, we will be dealing with speaking. Okay. So great. Thank you so much. And yeah, so 4 to 5 minutes, part one. So part one is mainly to do with you. Okay. So you will have questions related to you about your work, study, family, hometown. That's typically because they want you to settle down in the first part. In the second part, they will give you a topic, which is a cue card or a task card, and you would have 1 minute for your preparation, and you have to speak on that topic for 2 to 3 minutes. And then comes part three, where the topic can get a little challenging because you have to speak on something which is related to the second part of the test. Okay. So here are some samples with respect to part one. Now just look at the screen and tell me if you feel these topics are difficult to answer. Come on. So as I already mentioned, you would be asked about yourself, your house, maybe, where do you stay, what kind of home, okay, your work or studies or other familiar topics. The whole purpose of part one is basically to build rapport, right? Because you will be speaking with the examiner for 15 minutes. You should not be feeling anxious or nervous. So these questions are very, very easy, typical questions that we talk about in our day-to-day life. So that becomes easy. Shalini says it's interesting as a discussion, but scares me out if it's an assessment. Shalini, why, if it scares you off because thinking that it is an exam, why not skip the exam part? So don't think that, you are there for an exam. Think you are there with a friend talking, right? Think of maybe a person who you respect a lot and think of conversation with them. So that becomes very easy, right? So, what sorts of food do you like eating most? Now, I think this is very easy because you have to talk. You know yourself better than anybody else, right? So, again, yes, Tanika, you do get an opportunity to speak in the class as well. So, yes, I was about to come to this point where I can ask somebody to speak, maybe. Yeah, Samya, we can do that, right? Okay, so any volunteers who would like to go ahead? All right, so I think we'll ask Muskan Sharma. Muskan
Hi.
Sharma, hi. So you're at this point, Muskan has no idea, she has no tips, she has no strategies, right? So Muskan, just give it a shot, okay?
Sure.
And I am not asking you the questions in the order. I may ask any of these four questions because there has to be some level of uncertainty, novelty for you. Okay?
No problem. I'll not even look for the questions.
That's fine. That's fine. See, it's day one. I want you to be enjoying the session. I want you to interact with me. So that does not matter. It's okay. Come on. So Muskan, do you watch any cookery programs on television?
Well, I'm not fond of cooking, hence, for the same reason, I really don't watch any cookery programs so far. But yes, very often, my mother used to watch it. It's India's Master Chef. Whenever I sit with her and I get chance, then in that case only I watch some cookery programs.
All right, brilliant. Muskan, that was wonderful. Now, very nicely she used I'm not very fond of. Very good. It's a good way of saying rather than saying I do not enjoy or I don't like, because that's very common, right? So Muskan, well done. She started with something she was not very fond of, and hence she does not watch any programs. However, whenever she's with her mother, it's going on, and so she has to tag along. Very nice, Muskan. Very decent. Keep it up.
Thanks, ma'am. Ma'am, I have
Oh,
my exam in on 14th, I believe. So if you can take my assessment, it would be more better.
sure, sure, sure. So what I'll do is I'll give chances to some more students,
Okay,
and maybe I can come back to you. Sure.
sure, sure.
All right. Thank you, Muskan. All right. Moving ahead with Kanika. Kanika is interested. So, yes. Hi, Kanika.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I am doing quite well. Thank you so much. How about you?
I'm fine as well.
Great. So, Kanika, in general, do you prefer eating out or eating at home?
What, ma'am? Your voice is too low. I'm unable to hear you.
Yeah. My question to you is, in general, do you prefer eating out or at home?
Well, I love to eat something healthy. So, I usually avoid eating outside and prefer to eat homemade food. Homemade food items are more hygienic, nutritious, and delicious as compared to restaurant foods and street foods. So, street foods and restaurant foods are also lip smacking, but they might be detrimental for our health. Therefore, I eat out very rarely and prefer eating at home.
Wow, great. Kanika, that was brilliant. Too many words, too many ideas, and very nicely spoken. Good, 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 good going. Very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nutritious, delicious, lip smacking. Well done, yeah. Good work. You are already on fire. I mean, good. Wow, that's wonderful.
Thank you so much, ma'am. But sometimes in
Great,
some of
great
the
going.
topics, I lack ideas somewhere. I think it's
It's okay.
be I can able to speak on another topics only because of practice. If I do practice, then only I can speak.
Well, certainly, if you practice, if you already have some ideas, that's great. However, if you don't have too many ideas, what you can
Mm,
do is you can cook a story, okay,
okay.
or whatever comes to your mind at that point of time. I think that is something. It's just that you have to elaborate, okay. Maybe you
Okay, ma'am.
can this past, present, future thing what Muskan did, right? So
Okay.
that can help you. So, for example, do you prefer eating out? So I clearly remember back in college days when I was mostly outdoors,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
used at restaurants and fast food joints quite frequently.
Oh,
However, presently staying at home because of COVID and work from home scenario, I hardly get time to go out and relish these items. But
oh,
sometimes over the weekend or when catching up with friends, I do eat. But of course, the frequency has gone down tremendously. So it's
oh,
easy to continue only if you can tag along, right? It's more
okay,
about
ma'am. Okay.
communicating with the examiner. All right, students?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so what I'll do is I will now open the discussion in case you have any questions to part one. We can talk about that. Okay, just three questions I'll take. So, yes. What we can do is, I think students who, okay, somebody has already asked in the chat box, how can I answer the questions? I didn't understand. Oh, you want to participate? Well, I would give you a fair chance. Do not worry. Okay, so we'll wait. Yeah. Shraddha, can we discuss the format of report writing? For that, I would recommend you joining the batch, my dear, because today we are focusing on speaking. So if you want to join the batch, if you want to enroll into the course, just use the promo code PT Life. Okay, that is Priya Trivedi Life because you're attending my session here and enroll into my course. Well, it is at no cost. Okay. So what I would recommend here is please join the batch. The batch starts from 13th of January, that is day after tomorrow, and it will be in the afternoon 3 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday, every day 1 hour of live classes, right? And I will be there to guide you with respect to your listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Okay. whether it's report writing or if it's listening, if it's reading. I remember somebody asking me question on writing. We will get it done. Okay. So you have 20 hours of live classes with me. Okay. We will cover all the 4 skills: listening, reading, and writing. You will have mock tests. You will have speaking feedback. You will have writing evaluation. You will have lifetime access to all the recordings. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Everybody. Yeah.
I tried applying for your course, but it says batch is full.
All right, let me take you to some more options then. So you can try attending another batch maybe. Soumya, if we can help them here. So now the thing is that you can only attend one batch, students. So Soumya, so if my batch is full, I would recommend them to attend any of the other batches which are available, right? Please make sure you only have to attend one batch. You can only opt for one batch, right? So again, if you look at this, you have something from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yes. Great. Kanika has already enrolled into my batch. That's great, Kanika. I'll see you there. So this is my batch, which is fast filling. Okay. And hence it is full. Okay. Now again, if you see, you have something which is starting tomorrow, right? 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Then you have something which is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is a Saturday, Sunday marathon batch, right? You also have a 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. batch that starts on 17th January, right? Again, here, now this is a foundation course. I'll talk about this in a while, okay? And yes, again, you have a batch from 7 to 8 p.m. by Ketki ma'am, 8:30 to 9:30 again, Ketki ma'am, right? You have something in the morning as well, 6:30 to 7:30. Yes, so please get started. Uh, yes, you can join any other batch free of cost, which is at no rupees, no payment. Yeah. Yes, you can use the same code for all the batches, right? So use PT Live, yeah, and get started. Okay. Again, if my batch is full, please do not hesitate that, okay, I want your batch only or something like that. Each educator at Leap is phenomenal. They are wonderful educators. They have been trained, experienced candidates who have been doing this wonderful job for a while. And I'm sure that you are going to help, right? You are definitely going to have fun. And as Soumya has rightly put, ma'am's batch is full. It's at its maximum capacity, so you cannot add more seats. We are absolutely sorry for that. We apologize. But we are giving you range of options here, so you can enroll into any other batch, right? But make sure you use the live code, right? Yes, I am coming to the tips, Shraddha. Just give me 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll be there. What if we don't understand the question, maybe the word what to do? Okay, so what you can do is you can ask for a repetition. So you can be polite and say, sorry, ma'am, I quite didn't understand what you said. Can you please repeat it? Yeah. Okay. Please tell me, ma'am, all the teachers will be checking on daily basis. Please tell me. Well, writing is included. Okay. So yes, we do check, we do evaluate your writing. So please don't worry about that, right? Once you enroll into the course, you will have your own student profile. You will have all the necessary information. So do not worry about that. Yeah. Okay, now talking more about the foundation course. Now coming first, what do you understand by the word foundation? Yeah, students? Yes, what do you understand by the word? Yeah, you can use the promo code everywhere it works. Yeah. Foundation is basically the basics, right? Fundamentals. Well done, Divya. Well done, basics. So this course is designed for beginners. Okay, somebody who at the beginning said that, okay, I don't know what IELTS is. So there can be so many students who are not that really good at English, right? Yeah, who feel that, okay, there is a lot that I need to do. So we do have a course which is specifically designed for beginners, right, students? Now, what do you have? You have 10 hours of live classes, right? Diksha Kapoor ma'am, a fantastic educator. I think she is just brilliant in what she does. And she's a beautiful human being. You will enjoy learning from her, right? So you will have 10 hours of live classes. You also have supplementary grammar classes. Well, that's something which will help you to enhance your grammar. You will have your homework and study material, which will be given to you every day, and you will have recordings available. So for all the students who are beginners who feel that, yes, we need more time, make sure you join this batch. The timings are given to you right here. And if you notice, again, we are providing you this at no cost. So it's just at zero. You do not have to pay anything. You just have to use the link. You just have to use the promo code and you have to get started, right? Whether you're a beginner in speaking and listening and reading, in writing, or beginner in English itself, you will have this opportunity to work towards the betterment and you will have fun. All right, students, please send me the link. Yeah, can we have the link in the chat box again, please? Yes, so you can attend the beginners course as well, everybody. Okay, coming back to our speaking, right? So we discussed part one. Let's look at part two, what part two looks like. As I said, part two, you will be given a card, you will be given a topic, okay? You will be given some time to prepare. So you will have 1 minute for your preparation and you will be given 2 to 3 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes ideally to talk. All right, I'm not focusing more on part two because I want to focus more on part three. However, I want you to focus on the topic. What is the question asked? Describe a house or apartment. Okay. Now, if you move ahead with part three, you would notice that the discussion topics, the questions that you are asked, right? What do you have that? It's more about home. It's more about finding a place to live. So if you notice part two and part three, so part three is like an extension of part two, where you're asked some more questions on part two. Okay. So part three is like a follow-up of part two. Clear, everybody, students? Okay, so now for the tips and strategies for all my students who were saying what needs to be done in the third part. Okay, so number one, many of you would feel that, okay, the moment you are asked a question, you have to speak. Well, that's not the case. You can take a short break, okay, which can be just 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, you can be mum. You can think, you can decide on how you want to structure your answer, and then you can speak. So think before you speak because that will help you to understand, to present your answers well. Now, try and add variety in your speech. Rather than simply saying the same things, right? Try and add variety. So, for example, if you agree, absolutely, rather than saying, yes, I do agree. Okay. How can one not agree with the question? That is another way of agreeing. So try and add variety in your speech. Certainly, definitely, basically, you have so many words to add into your speech. Try and use uncommon words. So, for example, for housing, you can use accommodation, you can use apartments, you can use villas, you can use these days there are changes in the way people decorate their houses. So, there are too many uncommon words that you can use. Use idioms, right? So, for example, when people hunt for a home, they typically look for something which is peaceful. At the end of the day, after a tiring day, they want to just come home and relax. They want to be at peace. So these are actually idiomatic language, right? Which is something which is highly recommended. Try speak in 2 to 3 sentences. So for every question that you are asked, speak 2 to 3 sentences because these are required. Okay. And as everybody said, we are shy, we are nervous. Focus on having a conversation with the examiner. Don't just answer the questions, try and talk with them. Try and add more ideas and add more details to your speech. That is something which is really, really important. Clear, students? Everybody? How to generate ideas. Okay, as I said, number one, what you can do is you can either cook a story, right? So make up something. So make your own story is one. So that's make your own story. That's number one, right? Then you can do the past, present, and future connection. So you can start with past, you can then talk about present, and then you can say how you think it is going to change in the future, right? So these are some ways that you can do. Next, you can think about ideas from anywhere, maybe from films that you've watched, from series, right? Whatever you've heard, whatever you've seen, whatever comes to your mind, you can take that and you can speak about it. All right, students? Cool. So now let's get into the live Q&A. So tell me, what questions do you have? I'm keeping this open in case anybody wants to join. Yeah, please send me the link for the foundation class. Yes, please send it, students. Samya, if you can please keep sharing the chat box link and the admission details into the chat box, that would be great. Yes, come on, let's get started. Come on, whatever questions you have, students, I'm ready to help you out with your queries. So we can go one by one. Yes. Okay, let's start. Yes. Okay, just a second. Samya, can we unmute the ones who are raising hands, please?
Ma'am, whom to unmute? Can you please tell me the name?
Yeah, can you unmute Deepak? Deepak has a question. Yes. Hi, Deepak.
Hello, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, ma'am.
Yes.
I
Tell
want
me
to
what.
ask. I
Yeah.
want to ask. Sometimes I do not find vocabs to speak on a topic.
Okay. So what I would recommend you is rather than thinking about the words, right? Start with what comes to your mind, and then maybe you can, as you're speaking, something will pop up. And
Okay.
then you can add one or two words which are fancy or which are uncommon. Okay. See, there
Okay.
are a number of different criteria based on which you are being judged. So just for vocabulary, I don't want the others to be compromised.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
So always start, begin as you're talking, maybe one or two words which are uncommon, which are fancy, we can add them later as they come into your mind. And again,
Okay.
it's not that in every sentence they want an uncommon word. Okay. So
Okay,
throughout in
ma'am.
your 15-minute talk, if there are good words somewhere here and there, like 4 or 5 throughout, and you have good communication skills, fluency, pronunciation, you're good to go. So do
Okay, ma'am.
not just emphasize on that factor of vocabulary. Okay?
Okay. Okay. One more question I have to ask, ma'am.
Yeah.
If I pause in sometimes, what should I use while I speak? I find a pause in between. What should I do for that?
You're asking if you are taking a pause
Yes. Yes.
or okay. So in case, see, there are some natural pauses, right, at the end of a sentence. So you generally pause.
Okay, ma'am.
when you have a comma, right? These are the natural pauses into a sentence that, when you talk generally after one sentence ends, you pause. Now, when there are unnatural pauses, okay, so let's
Okay,
say you are not sure about what to speak more. So in
okay,
that
ma'am.
case, let the examiner be aware of it. So you can say that, okay, ma'am, I would require a moment to think on this.
Okay,
Okay, if
ma'am.
it's going to be a long pause, so that they are aware that you are not blank or you are not finding it difficult to answer, but you're taking a moment to think.
Okay, ma'am.
All
Thank
right,
you.
anything else? You're welcome, Deepak. Great. Okay, next. Who's the next candidate who wants to ask the question?
Ma'am,
If you
shall
can,
I?
yes, Muskan, right?
Yeah. Ma'am, I
Yes.
just want to know that is it really mandatory that we have to use idioms while giving the speaking test?
Well, it's not mandatory, Muskan. Again, as I said, if you use it, it's better. If not, there are still students who have got a 7.5 and 8 without using them. Okay. See, it's not that it has to be forced or imposed. Everything has to come out naturally. That's really important because it has to look like it's your natural speech. So whenever you're
Ma'am,
trying to
what
speak it, yeah.
No, sorry for interrupting. Ma'am, but what happened is, whenever I speak naturally, I speak in my own tone, whatever, is my way of
Mhm.
speaking. But in that, when I'm speaking in my way, I usually skip out on few connectors or, like I said, idioms. So whatever the band descriptor says, I missed out on some sort of connectors and idioms. And I think is this where I'm lacking, and is this a point where I can lose points?
Uh, See, they look for a well-organized speech. Okay. So yes, they do look for some connectors, well-connected, well-organized ideas as you speak. So it's always great if you can incorporate it. Okay. So if you are already doing well, Muskan, on all the other parameters, what I would recommend is, because your exam is somewhere around 14, you can spend some time thinking about some commonly used idioms which can go across topics, right? And
Yeah.
once in a while, maybe you can use them.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Yes. Any other questions? Shalini has to ask a question, I guess. Yes. Yes, Shalini.
Hi, am I audible?
Hi. Yes, you are. Please.
Okay, I've been following LeapScholar since like Veronica ma'am's session in the morning, 6:30 onwards. So it's
Wow.
been Anita Angry's class. So it's been a real help. And thank you guys, because the speaking club is also really helpful. I mean, I actually wasn't aware that, so much of preparation goes in when we come in for the IELTS. But I believe you guys are just feeding us with so much of information that it keeps adding onto, and
Thank you
as
so much.
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Leap Scholar, for that. And this the just previously the participant who was talking, something
Yes.
similar happens with me. Is that this wala phrase keeps
Yeah.
coming? So I could actually relate it with her so well that it keeps coming. How much ever I try to avoid it, and so how do we try to just keep out the regular phrases which we keep talking? How to just avoid that?
All right. So what I would recommend is, Shalini, at least 10 days before your exam onwards, stop using the phrase. Okay. So follow a strict routine where you listen to what you are speaking, reflect on what you are speaking, and make sure that the frequency of that term or that phrase goes down with each passing day. This is what I say to all my students. See, it's just a 15-minute talk that you're going to have. You know when the exam is going to be. So for that period of time, just eliminate all the other words which can put you in trouble. Let's say I have a problem in pronouncing a particular word. So when I know that, okay, I'm bad at this, I will keep it aside because
Mm.
there's a possibility of me making a mistake there, right? So I'm also going to act smartly because I know that this is not my area. So I would not attempt that. Okay. So what you can do is right from the beginning itself, you can start practicing such that the word is restricted. You do not use it as freely as what you have been doing.
Okay, I got it. Sure. Sure,
Yeah.
I'll follow
And
it
at
strong.
least in a day, what I would recommend is we all have voice recorders on our smartphones, right? So at
Mhm.
least pick up a topic and just speak on it for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. This will just help you, not in part two, but overall in your speech as well. And listen to it, write down the errors that you have been making. And the second day, make sure these errors are addressed, that you don't repeat those mistakes. And that clearly shows that, yeah, there is an improvement. Okay?
Okay, understood. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, let's go ahead with Anil. Yes, Anil. Anil, do you have a question? You've raised your hand. So, yeah, if you have a question, please ask.
Ma'am, I am new class join first day.
All right. So, okay, it's your first day, Anil. Welcome to the session. I hope you've enrolled into one of our batches too, right? And I hope you enjoy learning with us at LeapScholar.
Ma'am, my speaking was by very low, is not comfortable. Speak to loudly, clearly.
Sure, Anil, please don't worry about this. We do have a course for people like you, right? We are helping you right from the beginning. So please join the beginners batch, right? Because it is designed for beginners.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would recommend you to join this batch by Diksha Kapoor ma'am, which is going to take place from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. starting from the 17th of January. And then I hope you enroll into this batch, right? And
Okay.
take the benefit of it, right?
Right, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, moving ahead with the Ashish. Ashish has a question. Yes. Yes. Yes, Ashish. I know I cannot take everybody's questions, so we'll take 3, 4 questions more and then we'll wind up. Yes, Ashish, please ask what you have to. Yeah, please bring it on.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
My
Yes.
question is that how can I stress the cue card? And I'm also giggling, so my band is did it in final exam.
Okay, so you want to go on and on and on in the second part, right?
Yes, ma'am, cue card.
Okay, so Ashish, first
And,
thing is,
and ma'am,
sorry, yes, please
I
complete.
also I am giggler.
You're getting nervous, is it?
Nervous also, ma'am. I am giggle.
Okay, what I would recommend is Ashish, try and talk to a number of people, okay? Because your examiner is going to be completely new to you. The person is going to be a stranger. So you have to have that confidence. So start developing that confidence, right? So simple ways I'll tell you. When you're going to a shop, okay, a supermarket maybe, try and initiate a talk with the people around, okay? When you're talking or making any request on Flipkart or you're talking to a customer care representative, try and speak in English, right? So these are some ways how you can start working on your language. Of course, when you join us, Sleep Scholar, we have a range of speaking rooms, speaking club activities where you will be exposed to various people and that will help you. Now, coming to cue card, don't restrict yourself to only those 4 questions, right? Talk a lot about background, talk more about in and around. Don't be specific to those 4 questions because you have to speak a lot. So, what you need to do is you need to talk in and around the topic, which is really, really required. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, I am giggle in speaking.
I'm sorry.
I am giggle. तो तलाक के बोलना.
Okay, all right. See, there is a provision in at IDP or when it comes to IELTS. If you have some disability with respect to your speech or learning disability, your IELTS has provision for that. So whenever you book your exam, please make sure that you reach out to them and you tell them about your stammering, so they are aware and it will not reflect on your band. Okay?
But I already filled the exam.
You've already, that's fine. Reach out to them, right? Just write to the customer care and they'll help you out. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Great. Ashish, I'll see you in one of my batches, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. To all my students who are asking me to give writing tips, to give reading tips, I would recommend you to join the batch because today we are dealing with only speaking, right? So please go ahead and join the batch. Yeah, that's really important. If you can just send the link again because somebody wants to join the beginners batch. Yes, one final question. I think Archit has a question to ask. Yes, Archit.
Good evening and good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Yes, please tell me. Good afternoon.
Yes, actually, I have my exam on 18th and I have just practiced speaking and reading. And I think I
All
haven't practiced enough for listening and writing, and I'm very nervous right now.
all right. So, Archit, see, if you have not practiced anything yet, what is the key? You need to start, right? Start with listening because that's easy, okay? And also start working on writing because writing looks easy, but it is not. It requires consistent practice. So, please make sure you do that. Okay, we also have specific writing and reading and 1 week, 2 week courses. So I would recommend you to join them as well. Okay, so you
Okay, ma'am.
would get just enough information on what is being discussed. All right.
Yes, ma'am. And there's one more option to reschedule the test. So should I opt that option?
If you can, I would recommend because in that case, join our batch, learn all the 4 skills, be confident, and then go ahead. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
you're welcome. All right. Somebody is not able to join. Samya, if you can just share the link, please. Okay. All right, students. I think we have spent a lot of time discussing and talking about the speaking test and the module. I think it's a good time to wind up the session now. Again, once again, for all the students who have not joined, please make sure you join and take the benefit of learning with us at LeapScholar. And yes, of course, Himanshu, you can join the beginners batch, right? And you can get started with us. Yeah, we do have interactive classes. You can join speaking club, grammar. You can use all of this and you can start with your IELTS journey. All right. Apart from this, we do have master classes, right? So yes, you have daily master classes which are live free sessions, so you can attend them too. Yeah. So please use PT Live and join our session. And thank you very much. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe, and work more towards your IELTS. We are there to help you. Just make sure you join the correct number of batch and you get your things sorted, right? Let's thank Soumya, who has been very kind in helping us throughout the session. She was there patiently waiting because I couldn't log in. I don't know what was wrong. So, Soumya, thank you so much for being so kind and
Thank
patient
you so much, ma'am.
and helping us throughout. You've answered all the questions that students had earlier when I didn't join. So, thank you so much, everybody. And I would love to see you all in my batch. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Yes.